Hey, so last year, around January last year, I wrote a letter to myself to be opened in January of this year. But I remember remembering the letter when I was in December and I was like, yes, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. But then I had in my mind that I thought it was for 25th, but apparently the letter was for 10th. I don't know if you can see this. To be opened on 10th of 2025, 10th January 2025. So there was some dread in me, I'm not gonna lie, of like maybe not having matched up to what it is I wanted in the letter. And I've just opened it, but I wanted to catch my reaction live in terms of the letter itself. I've just opened it right now, but I've not really read the letter. To be reread or opened by 13th January 2025. Okay, of course, 13th January has passed, but I think there's still merit to this because this was a letter to me. So let's see what's up. Let's see what's what. And it's 2 pages, but the first one I can see is a poem, and then the other one now is the letter. And I actually wrote the time. Ah, nice. I wrote it at one. I wrote it on 13th January 2024, 1:39 a.m. Hey, insomnia, my old friend. We're not friends anymore though. We broke up. So so this is the first one. I'll start with the poem. Oh my god. This was I wrote okay. So this is okay. This one is the letter. This one is the letter. This is the letter. If you can see it properly, then these are just like footnotes of like to be opened or to be read on 13th January 2025. This is the poem. I thought it was one poem. But they're actually two. They're actually two poems. So let's start with the first one, or the one I've opened. Oh no, it's not two poems. It continues. Shaka. I can see. Shaka. I can see the. I don't know if you can see this continuation. So it's one long ass poem. I think I've been writing long ass poem this season. In 2025, I wrote like I don't know 2 to 5. But let's get right into it. So yeah, here goes. Wading through the muddle of synaptic debris, ever present, ever accumulating, that's left me muddied and bruised, battered and abused. They say you sit in shit for too long, it stops stinking. You sit with abuse for too long, and you become your own enabler, rationalizing it, defending it, normalizing it. Stupefying are the lengths you would go to in order to defend the system you have become accustomed to, where it is custom to live life on the fringes of delusion, deluding yourself that you and you alone know best, that negotiating with your emotions is what gives you rest, that your excuses are not excuses but truths, no, facts, that that's just how you are, how you've always been, as if everything in the universe is subject to change but you. Using your fear as fuel to avoid parts of yourself, avoidance begets more avoidance. Now you're a footnote in your own story. Fake it till you make it, right? Look at you now, a full-time faker, masking your favorite pastime hobby. I'm okay, I'm fine, I'm happy. But are you really okay? Are you truly fine? Are you actually happy? You can lie to everybody else, but you can't lie to yourself. And damn it, you've tried. Kudos to you. Mind your own business, says your mind. Says your mind that has now become a business of running 24/7. The game, avoidance. The tool, resistance. The payoff, delayed castigation. Maybe if I have it in bits, it won't hurt so much. oblivious to the law of compounding. So you resist taking action. You avoid making changes. You'd much rather compound the hurt, compound the pain, slowly and consistently designing your own casket, digging your own grave, a villain in your own hero arc, codename self sabotage. So you see, you are consistent, just in distracting yourself from yourself. And you see, you are creative, just in coming up with different ways to avoid discomfort. You you are your own villain and you are your own hero. And the sooner you realize and accept that no one but you is coming to save you, the sooner you stop allowing yourself to be bombarded aimlessly by storms of synaptic debris that are of your own making and that you alone can put to rest. I am in a constant I am in constant motion. We are in constant motion. And so are our emotions. I'm learning to sail through the waves, making micro adjustments every step of the way, choosing to no longer resist the tides, and failing successfully every time. For resistance is hell. It keeps us in a constant state of torment. Seize this game. You have played for long enough. Hashtag Eric MK. That is my poetry handle. And I finished by saying, RIP Eric, rest in peace, Eric. Thank you for resting so that I may awaken. You have been and been amazingly, beautifully, wonderfully. Let us take the baton and honor yours and our existence by being in our fullness. Always and forever, thank you for creating space for us, for more, for me. I now move with gratitude and honor till my time is due. With love, yours, always and forever. Right. So that was the poem. Getting teary. So and now this is the letter. So it was again written on 13th January 2024 at 1:39 a.m. Hello, my guy. I know, when you are reading this, you will be living even bigger and better dreams and visions than we can conceptualize currently. I know right now things might seem like chaos with no clear path to take, no clear obstacle to overcome, and it's just a roller coaster of vibrance and limbo. I am you, so believe me, I relate, and with you every step of the way. And I am with you every step of the way. Keep at it. Keep trying different stuff. Keep experimenting. Keep growing. Keep changing into your fullness. Our intuition is buzzing at the course of at this course of action, like shouting, "Yes, do that." We might not see the bigger picture right now, but we don't need to. When the traveler is ready, the path appears. We have such big things we want to achieve that it paralyzes us just thinking about it. I hope by the time you're reading this, you have lived these big things, some, if not most of them. I pray that you are happy, truly, and you continue to choose happiness and lead with gratitude in every facet of your life. We are currently working on creating more. Scratch that. We are creating more and maneuvering all the hurdles that come with it. Never stop creating and being in your fullness. But most importantly, you don't let anxiety and fear hold you back from sharing your journey with others. Remember, you aren't just here. You are here for all those who are to be touched with your art in one way or another. You are brilliant and extraordinary. As Sadhguru says, realize that being human is super. Live that shit and be about it. Stand on business this year and all the years to come. I am rooting for you, even when you don't think anyone is. I will always root for you, regardless of whatever comes through. Regardless of whatever comes through us or comes our way. My joy is that you are actualizing your dreams and goals, living our dreams, surrounded by supportive, loving friends and family. You are a beast, and playing small is just never gonna cut it. Audacity is what we are embodying this year and for our lifetime in this reality and the next. Follow intuition, speak into existence your desires, practice what you preach, create more than you consume, give more than you take, love more than you complain. I know all that I want or desire. I already have. Mine is to cheer you on, to keep on the course, adjust and pivot where need be, but never compromise your innate desires, dreams, goals. Embrace the multifaceted, multi-hyphenated being you are. You can have it all, have your cake and eat it too. I bless you with grace and wisdom to navigate this beautiful adventure of your life. Fear not. 365 days for fear. 365 days. Fear not. For fear keeps you down and faith elevates you. Everything always works out for me, to my favor. Make space for your fullness. Amen. Love you always. More. So, yeah, that was the calera. Well, I'm happy to report that majority of what I wrote down in terms of what I want for myself or what I want to keep doing, I actually managed to create more last year than I have in other years. I still think I need to do better, to do more, but I do also realize that self we are our own worst self-critic, and I've actually worked on that really much. So I would say reading this, I'm kind of like, I'm really happy. It's as if I just wrote a script for myself on where to begin or how to begin from, because I have been putting into action majority of what I've just wrote. Actually, it's just a beautiful kind of like allowance for me. My friend taught me something, said there's the art of allowance. You know, there's the law of abundance and law of allowance, but there's the art of allowing life to happen. And that's where I came with the idea of letting life seduce you. So in a way, this was just like a permission slip for myself to actually just be more of myself. And I'm glad that I've always been rooting for myself. Okay, not always, at least from last year. Obviously, there have been moments where I did not root for myself. I was actually my worst own enemy. There's this thing on I saw on Twitter that was saying, make sure that you're not the weapon formed against yourself. And that kind of hit home because, as if you remember, in the poem where I was reading the second half of the piece, and I said the game, no, where I said you're a villain in your own hero arc, code name self-sabotage. So I've come to learn that even the parts of yourself that sabotage you or you think are sabotaging you are really just in their own way thinking that they are protecting you. It is a part of you that, for lack, this requires context, but it is a part of you that experienced something, maybe a trauma, and trauma is just any form of conflict, unresolved conflict, and it reacted in a way that it thought was best to protect you. So I'm really glad that even in the beginning of the year of like last year, I was just giving myself grace. So, and actually did this, done this. Damn. Like I gave myself grace last year to really just do the work, and especially the internal work. It was like a sabbatical year for me. And I can say that I'm I'm handling things way better right now. My mental is not as chaotic as it was. And as much as right now I may not know like every single step of the way, I am more confident in like just taking that first step. For example, this video, I was just like, see, you record it. See, there's a reason you wrote this letter to yourself. Kumbe, there was also a poem inside along this one. But I love my poetry. So essentially, this was just like a check-in with me. Maybe we'll look back on this again, maybe next year, and see what we'll give. I think I'll write another one this year, checking on other stuff. But I'll have to revise this again. But I wanted to capture this the first time. The first time. You know, sometimes watching some or going through something and experience the first time, it's always unique. You'll never have the same experience again twice or three times. There's always gonna be some nuance to it. So I'm glad I did this. This was a nice practice. It's made me kind of like settle within myself, knowing that what I wanted for myself then is still what I want for myself now. And the fact that I've actually worked on majority of what I set out to do and be and experience, I have. For the most part, I really have. And I've just acknowledged some of the limitations that I was kind of holding myself back with and releasing that. So kudos, my guy. When you watch this next year, this will also be very fulfilling. So yeah, I love you, and catch you later.